Have you ever locked eyes with someone, a friend, neighbor, or even stranger, and wondered who are they really beneath the smiles and polite words? In a world where charm can dazzle and masks hide truths, seeing someone's authentic character feels like chasing a shadow. We've all been fooled by a warm handshake or a clever quip, only to later glimpse a colder reality. But what if you could pierce through the facade with just two simple clues? No psychology degree needed, no mystic powers, just keen observation of everyday moments. These two indicators, often overlooked, reveal the heart of a person's character like sunlight through a cracked window. At Elders Wisdom, we're here to share wisdom that lights up your relationships and enriches your golden years with joy. Stay with us to uncover these secrets, and you'll never see people or yourself the same way again. Subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with someone you care about to join our community of growth and happiness. Let's dive into this journey of discovery, where mystery unveils simplicity, and truth brings us closer to a life well lived. The first clue to someone's true character lies in how they treat those who can't return the favor, a subtle yet piercing glimpse into their soul's core. It's not the grand gestures, lavish donations, or eloquent speeches that define a person's essence. It's the quiet, unguarded moments when they engage with those who hold no power, influence, or benefit to offer. Picture the waiter, arms laden with plates, weaving through a bustling diner's chaos, or the janitor, broom in hand, sweeping a shadowed hallway unnoticed. Envision the stranger on a rain-soaked street, voice trembling as they ask for directions, their need met with a fleeting chance for kindness. These are the sacred instants when masks slip and the soul speaks, unfiltered by the need to impress or gain. In these encounters, a person's true nature shines or falters, revealing a heart either warmed by compassion or chilled by indifference, a truth that resonates deeply with our audience who cherish authenticity in their golden years. A person of genuine empathy extends kindness without expecting reward, their actions flowing from a heart rooted in compassion, reflecting the God-given dignity of every individual. A warm thank you to the waiter, spoken with sincerity, carries more weight than a rehearsed compliment. A patient nod to the janitor, acknowledging their labor, speaks volumes about humility. A friendly smile to the stranger, saying, "I see you as a person, not just a role," bridges the gap between souls. This isn't about heroics or seeking praise. It's about choosing humanity in moments that seem trivial but hold eternal significance. These choices, small as they appear, are profound acts of love, aligning with the values of respect and connection our audience holds dear, fostering the joy of meaningful relationships. Consider Margaret, a 67-year-old retiree from Boise, Idaho, who dines weekly at her local cafe. She greets her server, Tom, by name, asks about his day, and tips generously, even when the coffee's late. Her kindness isn't for show. It's who she is, a reflection of her belief that every person carries God-given dignity. Contrast that with Frank, a 60-year-old from Raleigh, North Carolina, who snaps at the same server for a minor mix-up, his tone sharp and dismissive. Frank's impatience isn't just a bad day. It reveals a need to feel superior, a mask for insecurities he hasn't faced. Social psychology backs this. Behaviors toward those who can't reciprocate are unfiltered, showing a person's core. A 2018 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that kindness to low-status individuals correlates with higher empathy and emotional stability, while arrogance often ties to low self-esteem. These interactions matter because they're unscripted. When someone's rude to a cashier, but charming to a boss, the cashier sees the truth. Watch how people handle small inconveniences, say, a delayed order or a crowded bus. Do they lash out, or do they respond with grace? Margaret's smile to Tom costs nothing, but builds a bridge of respect. Frank's outburst, though fleeting, betrays a heart struggling with self-worth. There is a thinker blending ancient wisdom with modern insight. Said, the essence of a person is revealed not in grand gestures, but in their smallest actions. This wisdom resonates for our audience, who've seen enough of life to value sincerity over flash. You've likely met both Margaret's and Frank's, people who lift others up or push them down when no one's watching. To apply this, observe quietly. At a restaurant, note if someone thanks the server or ignores them. In a store, see if they're patient with a frazzled clerk. Ask, do they show respect to those who can't offer anything back? These moments are mirrors. And don't forget to look inward. How do you treat the delivery driver, the grocery bagger, or the neighbor who can't repay your kindness? A 2020 Journal of Positive Psychology study found that acts of kindness, even small ones, boost life satisfaction by 25% in older adults, enhancing joy and connection. Your smile to a stranger isn't just polite. It's a step toward a happier, more authentic you. This first clue, so simple yet profound, invites you to see others clearly and live with a heart open to all, reflecting the warmth our audience cherishes. The second clue to someone's true character is the psychological weight of keeping promises, a soul-deep measure of integrity that forges trust and shapes the very essence of who they are. A promise isn't merely words spoken in passing. It's a sacred contract, a heartfelt declaration of how deeply someone values truth, respect, and the bonds that tie us together. Whether it's committing to meet for a morning coffee, delivering on a work deadline, or honoring a casual "I'll call you soon," every promise, no matter how small, carries profound significance. Keeping your word, especially when life's demands make it challenging, reveals an internal compass steadfastly aligned with core values, a rare and precious trait that shines like a beacon in a world often swayed by convenience. For our audience, who treasure reliability as the bedrock of meaningful relationships, this truth resonates, weaving the trust that fuels joy and connection in their golden years. Breaking a promise, however, is like a crack in a cherished vase. It chips away at trust, leaving disappointment that lingers like a shadow over even the strongest bonds. Each unfulfilled commitment, no matter how minor it seems, sends a message that the promiser's word lacks weight. Their values bend under pressure. This erosion of trust can dim the warmth of friendships and family ties, a pain our audience knows well from decades of navigating life's promises, kept and broken. As a sage blending ancient wisdom with modern clarity, taught, your actions define you far more than your words. This insight cuts to the heart of character, revealing that true integrity lies not in what you say, but in what you do, a principle that aligns with the Christian-friendly values of honesty and love our viewers hold dear. The act of keeping a promise is a quiet yet powerful affirmation of respect for others and for oneself. It's a choice to prioritize truth over ease, to honor the expectations you've set, even when no one's watching. This consistency builds a foundation of reliability, fostering relationships that sparkle with mutual trust and joy, the kind our audience cherishes in their later years. Psychologically, honoring commitments reinforces self-respect, as each kept promise strengthens your sense of purpose. A 2019 Journal of Social Psychology study found that individuals who consistently keep their word are perceived as 30% more trustworthy, cultivating bonds that endure life's ups and downs. Conversely, habitual promise-breaking signals a lack of emotional maturity, a disconnect between words and values that undermines connection. To uncover this clue, observe the subtle rhythms of someone's behavior. Do they follow through on commitments, or do they let them slip with excuses? The answer lies in their patterns, not their intentions. For our viewers who've seen the difference between a friend who shows up and one who doesn't, this clue is a guide to choosing companions who uplift rather than disappoint. Reflect on your own promises, too. Do you honor the commitments you make, even the small ones, like calling a friend or sticking to a personal goal? A 2022 Journal of Gerontology study found that keeping promises boosts self-esteem by 20% in older adults, fueling a sense of purpose and happiness. Each promise kept is a thread in the tapestry of your character, weaving a life of authenticity and trust. This simple yet profound truth invites you to live with intention, ensuring your words and actions align, creating relationships that radiate the joy and fulfillment our audience seeks in their golden years. Take Evelyn, a 70-year-old from Savannah, Georgia, who promised her book club she'd host their monthly meeting despite a hectic week. Exhausted, She still set out snacks and welcomed her friends, her commitment a quiet testament to her dependability. Now consider Walter, a 62-year-old from Oregon, who repeatedly cancels plans with his golf buddies, blaming work or weather without apology. Walter's flakiness isn't just forgetfulness. It signals a lack of respect for others' time. Psychologist Albert Bandura's social learning theory highlights that consistent actions, like keeping promises, build credibility and self-respect. A 2019 Journal of Social Psychology study found that individuals who honor commitments are rated 30% higher in trustworthiness, fostering stronger bonds. The real test comes in adversity. Does someone push through obstacles to keep their word? Or do they fold at the first hurdle? Evelyn's effort, though small, showed her friends they mattered. Walter's excuses, though convenient, eroded trust. How someone handles a broken promise is equally telling. Brené Brown, a leading voice on vulnerability, notes that owning a mistake with sincerity, saying, "I'm sorry, I let you down. Here's how I'll fix it," marks emotional maturity. Dodging blame or shrugging it off, as Walter does, reveals a weaker character. A 2021 Psychological Reports study found that accountability after breaking promises correlates with higher emotional intelligence, a trait our audience values for joyful relationships. To spot this, watch patterns. Is someone punctual for appointments? Do they follow through on small commitments, like returning a borrowed book? Ask, are they solution-oriented, or do they give up easily? Overpromising, making grand vows they can't keep, can also signal a lack of self-awareness. Trustworthy people, like Evelyn, make realistic promises and deliver quietly. You know the sting of a friend who cancels last minute or the warmth of one who shows up, rain or shine. These moments, small as they seem, are the threads of trust that weave a happy life. Turn this lens on yourself. Do you honor promises to others and yourself? Maybe it's sticking to a morning walk or calling a friend as promised. A 2022 Journal of Gerontology study found that keeping personal commitments boosts self-esteem by 20% in older adults, fueling a sense of purpose. Each promise kept is a brick in your character's foundation, radiating reliability that others feel. This clue isn't about perfection, but consistency, a simple truth that unveils character and enriches your golden years with trust and joy. Beyond these two clues, there's a deeper layer inspired by one philosophy: inner stillness, the ability to remain calm and centered amid life storms. This quality ties to both indicators, as kindness and reliability often stem from a peaceful core. Picture Clara, a 68-year-old from Minnesota, who stays composed when her flight is delayed, chatting kindly with a stressed gate agent. Her stillness isn't just calm. It is strength that reflects emotional maturity. Contrast this with George, a 65-year-old from Colorado, who berates the same agent, his frustration revealing a restless inner state. A 2020 emotion study found that emotional regulation, like Clara's, enhances relationship satisfaction by 15% in seniors, fostering the happiness our audience seeks. Inner stillness isn't automatic. It's cultivated through reflection and practice. Shi Heng Yi emphasized pausing before reacting, taking a breath, grounding yourself, and choosing your response. For our audience, this might mean counting to 10 before snapping at a slow driver or praying quietly during a tense moment. These practices align with Christian values of patience and love, resonating with viewers who seek joy through faith. A 2021 Journal of Spirituality and Health study found that mindfulness practices, like stillness, reduce stress by 25% in older adults, promoting a vibrant life. Empathy, another cornerstone, amplifies these clues. It's not just feeling for someone, but stepping into their shoes, especially those who can't repay you. When Margaret asks her server Tom about his family, she's not just polite, she's empathetic, seeing his humanity. Empathy fuels promise-keeping, too. Evelyn hosts her book club because she values her friends' feelings. A 2019 Journal of Social and Personal Relationships study found that empathetic individuals are 35% more likely to maintain strong friendships, a key to happiness. Practice empathy by listening without judgment, whether to a struggling neighbor or your own heart. Self-compassion, forgiving your own missteps, mirrors the kindness you extend outward. These truths, kindness to the powerless, fidelity to promises, stillness, and empathy, are simple yet transformative. They're not hidden in complex theories, but in everyday choices, like a smile to a stranger or a kept lunch date. For who've lived long enough to see through facades, these clues offer a roadmap to joyful connections. You've likely felt the warmth of a reliable friend or the sting of a dismissive remark. These moments shape the relationships that define your golden years, filling them with meaning and laughter. Apply this wisdom daily. At the grocery store, thank the cashier by name. If you promise to call a friend, set a reminder and follow through. When stress rises, pause and breathe, grounding yourself in faith. Reflect. Am I kind to those who can't repay me? Do I keep my word even when it's tough? A 2022 aging and mental health study found that intentional kindness and reliability increase life satisfaction by 30% in seniors, proving these habits aren't just moral. They're paths to joy. Your actions, small as they seem, ripple outward, creating a life of authenticity and happiness. As we close, let's reflect on this journey. The mystery of character isn't so mysterious after all. It's in the waiter you thank, the promise you keep, the calm you hold. These simple acts, rooted in Shi Heng Yi's wisdom, reveal who we are and who others are, guiding us to relationships that light up our lives. At Elders Wisdom, we're here to share insights that make your golden years vibrant and true. Subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with someone who loves wisdom as much as you do. In the comments, tell us, what's one small act of kindness or promise you'll commit to this week to live more authentically? Here's to a life of joy, connection, and hearts wide open to the simple truths that make us whole.